Okay. glibc is done. You should have no errors. It should, in the output at the very tail should look something like this. Okay. We ran make install, Control L, and it says here at this point it is imperative to stop and ensure the basic functions, compiling and linking of the new toolchain are working as expected. To perform a sanity check, run the following commands. Let's do that. Main into dummy.c $LFS underscore target dash GCC dummy.c, and we want to read elf L a dot out and grep for tools. Okay, if you're running a 32-bit operating system like I am, you should get something like that, or something that's similar to the book. If you run a 64 operating system, you should see something like a x86-64 in it, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, I forget it. And if you got no output at all, or anything that differed drastically from this, or from what the book says, you have problems, and it may be better for you to restart the installation. So let's remove dummy.c a dot out and onto standard libc. Let's see, remove quietly libc build glibc 221, and I'm going to put that in the background. Okay, tar xvf standard libc library is in our GCC. So what we want to do is we want tar xf GCC and that's what we want to do. I have ran into this problem. You'll see this check several times throughout the installation process. Okay, it does get more complex than this. Okay, but it is a relief when you hit that and you do see output, and the output matches what it's supposed to on the screen or in the documentation. Okay, there have been times that I have not gotten any output at it, and that's not good. Because your compiling and linking is not functional. Okay, and it's something you really need, especially at this stage in the operating system. And that should be spot on. Okay, don't get dismayed if it doesn't work. If you fail, expect to fail. Okay, I try to tell as many people as I can about that. Expect to fail. This is not easy, but it's not impossible. It can be done. But at the same time, it's very rewarding when you get done. But at the same time, failing is a part of learning. So, expect to fail often. It took me almost a year to actually get an LFS going, which is 6.3. Okay, and even like with this, I've been working on this whole project here for at least 2 weeks, if not more. I'm gonna say maybe even 2.5 weeks. Okay, I like to do a lot of dry runs before I actually install or make a video about installing LFS version. And out of those videos, and it's been 2 weeks, I'm gonna say I had 2 successful installs, and the rest of them were full of errors and everything else. It's not that I forgot what I was doing; they are kind of remotely the same. It's just erroneous errors would happen, like I would forget to I don't know, do something, or syntactical errors, or even my router blinked a couple times. I had to switch out my router. I mean, whenever I'm doing LFS, it seems that the odds are definitely against me. And even this last time here, I just spent 2 days of recording videos, and this is no lie. I got all the way up to core utils, past core utils in the operating system. That's in chapter 6. And my computer mysteriously shut off. I rebooted, tried to see root back in, and found out that somewhere along the way, I guess a variable had not stuck. And I did not even install into the partition that I made my LFS system on. I installed to my host OS partition. So Okay, 2 days work down the drain. No problem. So, standard libc, cd into GCC, section 5.8. Here we want to make a directory parent for both GCC build, cd up into GCC build. Okay, and here we want to execute and say GCC 492 lib standard C library version 3 C++ configure host equals $LFS underscore target prefix equals tools disable multi-lib disable shared disable NLS disable lib standard CXX threads disable lib standard CXX-PCH. I'm going to say with GXX include dir equals tools $LFS underscore target include C++ 4.9.2 build type don't use host. Okay. If you ever get into issue with configure, okay, if you screw up, what you can do is you can stop it. If you reconfigure, it should overwrite your previous configure. Okay. So I want to check this before I run away with it. As you see here, you did see I dropped in the new line characters, okay, and it did drop me down to new lines, but as you see here, I used my up arrow to go back through the last commands that I posted or issued, okay, and you'll see that they're actually all just how I do them when I go left to right, okay, so that's what the new line does. Just visual, not so much with the computer. GCC standard C configure host equals $. Let's start. Okay, okay. Multi-lib shared NLS standard CXX threads. Okay. With GSX XX. Okay. I did that to feel confident that everything was going to be okay. Okay. Configure should not take too long, and after which we'll run make install 0.3 SBUs. So for me, I guess that's 1.5 minutes, something like that. Not sure. Okay. Next would be binutils pass 2. You can see here the configure is not as long, and then it's on to GCC pass 2. This is a 7.7 SBU time, and that is when I'm hoping I will go eat, because I will die if I don't eat. I feel like I'm going to die. GCC build, and let's say make install. Okay. Not long ago. It's been about 2 weeks, and you know, I always have a situation in the beginning where I come up with all kind of, I hit all kind of walls. It never fails, but yeah, my computer, during set of 2 you guys never want to see because I deleted them all, just shut off. Core utils, 2 days of work, core utils, did the configure, and all of a sudden I heard bloop, and I'm in the same room, so I heard bloop. I was like, oh, what the I get up, go check it out. Yeah, it's off because it's rebooting back into the native machine. It grubs up on the screen, and I'm just like, oh my god, what the hell? Like out of nowhere, just out of nowhere. I was SSH'd in, but hey, I mean, just out of nowhere, it was something. So things happen. Things happen. A lot of times, even your connection may blink or drop. Okay, depending on where you are, you can get around it. Sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's not so easy. But hey, goes goes with territory, I guess. Okay. So GCC is done, or glibc is done. I'm gonna say remove GCC build GCC 492 and background it. Okay. tar xvf now. We're gonna do bin utils pass 2. This is 1 SBU. And if you look ahead, you can judge what commands you can run next. Okay, and I'll show you. Make install. Okay, but you want to put the N terminators down. One N symbol signifies backgrounding. Okay, so even though I'm extracting this bin utils right now, my computer is free to do whatever. And as I'm extracting, I'm also removing the GCC extracted package. Okay, comes in handy. You don't have to wait for things to disappear. Okay, and you can keep going. Okay. Oh, what the hell? That's a blooper. I didn't even do that. Okay, bin utils pass 2. CD into bin utils. I'm going to say make directory bin utils build. CD up into bin utils build. And I need to say cc equals. Do I need to say that? Equals $LFS underscore target dash GCC. AR equals $LFS underscore target dash AR. Ran lib equals $LFS underscore target dash ran lib. Bin utils 2.25 configure prefix equals tools. Disable NLS. Disable W error with lib path equals tools lib. With sysroot equals, oh, okay, that's it. Okay, we'll check this out real quick before I run it. Bin utils 2.25 configure prefix equals tools, disable NLS, disable W error with lib path with sysroot. Okay. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to say n make install, and that's all I'm going to do. We'll cut it off here. We'll come back to make c ld clean. Okay, and we need to do that for the readjusting of the linker in the next chapter. Right. So I'll see you then.